What happens when one of America's most beloved brands stamps their name onto a premium 15-year-old rum? Well, we'll find out today as we try this Kirkland Signature rum from Costco, and of course, we'll use it to make Mai Tai. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Costco, it's a membership-only warehouse retailer known for incredible value and its house brand, Kirkland Signature. I just love that this label has a fake stamped seal, and they just printed the Kirkland Signature logo on it. Now, months ago, these bottles of rum started showing up on the shelves around the United States, and I was actually happy to see this because normally my Costco only carries 4 rums: Kirkland Signature Spice Rum, Captain Morgan Spice Rum, Malibu Black, because that's a thing now, and the Piece de Resistance, the best rum that my Costco carries, Bacardi Superior. Unlike the other rums on the shelves at Costco, this one stands out because of its age statement. That's 15 years, and its price, $20. It's just 40% ABV, aged in oak barrels, and probably safe to assume it's a 100% column distilled rum. So where does this rum even come from? Well, it's a product of Panama and distilled by Consorcio Licerero Nacional, and I've never had any of their rums, at least not that I'm aware of. But the popular one seems to be 1914 Panama, which I don't even know if you can find here in the United States. There are other rums that you can find from Panama, like Panama Pacific and Bumbu, the latter probably not really being a rum and more like a spice rum or liqueur. They're currently in a class action lawsuit because some claim it's not actually rum. I've never had that myself. But what can we learn about our value brand 15-year-old rum? Well, I saw some people online thinking that it could be a combination of some of the older stock 1914 Panama, but we don't really know. The price of this seems like an incredible value, $20 to $25 for a 15-year-old rum, where something like Appleton Estate will cost you $65 to $70. Now, Costco has their magic ways, but this could be dirt cheap for a couple of reasons. First of all, it could be just leftover stock from the distillery that they're trying to get rid of. There's no indication that this is something that will always be on the shelves at Costco, and over the last 4 to 6 months, I've only seen it at my Costco twice. Now, the second reason that it could be so cheap is it could be solera aging, and I'm not saying that it is, but it's possible with some of these Spanish-style rums. Now, without going too far into it, solera aging is a different process of aging where you take barrels of rum of different age, maybe let's say one that's 20 years old and one that is maybe a few days old, and in the aging process, you mix the barrels together. Now, most rums that you're buying at the store, most spirits in general, if they have an age statement, that age statement should be the youngest in the bottle. So something that's 15 years on the age statement means that the youngest distillate in this bottle should be 15 years old. But globally, there's not rules and laws in place that always protect that. So it's possible to see something that is solera aged that says it's much older than it is because something in there is of that higher, older age. So the next thing we should do is that we should taste it. It's only fitting that 125, 150 videos in, my first rum review is Kirkland Signature. Okay, so if you enjoy sipping rum neat, I don't think you're gonna like this. But if you don't like sipping on spirits or rum neat, I think you'll actually like this. Lots of vanilla, lots of caramel, very viscous, and dare I even say, it is very smooth. Now I'm taking it upon myself as a little side project to bring back the word smooth. Now, if you're into other spirits, whiskey, sipping other things neat, you probably use the word smooth to describe the texture, the mouthfeel of the spirits you consume. But in rum, over the last many years, smooth has taken on this like terrible name. And the main reason for that is from really the connoisseurs and especially the distillers who are fighting against rums, maybe like this one, that have added sugar or glycerin. Those two things, either on their own or together, will create a spirit that tastes more smooth than it would have been without the sugar. But it's kind of this pet peeve of mine because if you listen or watch or read rum reviews, you're gonna see people talking about the way things taste, the mouthfeel of something, and they're gonna use words that are not smooth, like silky or luscious, or my absolute favorite and something I say, rounded. And when you think of something as being rounded, you're often talking about it being smooth. So as long as we kind of know that you can achieve the smoothness from sugar and glycerin, it's fine to describe it that way because you're actually describing the way that this is coming across to you. Now, smooth is not a great descriptor for talking about how something tastes, but if you're talking about the texture of something, you're talking about the mouthfeel, smooth is great because the opposite of that to me is harshness, something that is overly harsh. Now, this is not harsh at all. This is smooth. And you might drink this and think that, you know what, I actually like sipping rum neat. And then you move on to something that's maybe $100 to $200, and it's not gonna be quite as smooth as this. So I understand the crusade out there by many distillers and connoisseurs to kind of crush the added sugar rums, but I'm into cocktails and I'm usually adding sugar to my cocktails anyways. So more power to those out there sort of in the fight against those things. I just wish we had more accurate and transparent labeling that said how much sugar was added to something so we know. I'll tell you right now, this one has sugar and or glycerin. It is sweet and it is smooth. But we really come here for the cocktails. So I think the next thing we should do, since it's a new year and I haven't made a Mai Tai yet, is make a Mai Tai with the Kirkland Signature Rum. 1 ounce of fresh lime juice. I'm using half an ounce of my 60-second orgeat, give or take half an hour. You can find this recipe. I'll put a link to it in the episode description. It's an easy way to make orgeat, and it tastes just as good as many of the expensive ones you can find online. Half an ounce. For my Costco Mai Tai, I want only the best, so it's Pierre Ferrand dry curacao. Half an ounce. Then 2 full ounces of our rum. All right, let's try a Costco Mai Tai. In a cocktail, it's not bad. It's not offensive. I think it's actually a good Mai Tai. If I went out and ordered this Mai Tai, I'd enjoy it, but it's not especially rummy, much rum flavor. I don't even get a ton of oakiness, but you get a lot of that vanilla. You know, sometimes you can get that vanilla flavor sometimes in a homemade orgeat, so that can be a little bit tricky because I don't think you really need, you know, a super aged rum to achieve that. I mean, it doesn't taste like you're drinking a light Puerto Rican like Bacardi, but there's about as much rum flavor that comes through as in one of those. The problem with this is at $20 to $25, there's just so many other things that will work better than this. Appleton Signature, Chairman's Reserve, those all on their own will make better Mai Tais, better daiquiris than the Kirkland Signature 15-year-old rum. So am I disappointed that I have this? No. Do I suggest that you run out and get a bottle or that I'll get another bottle of this? Probably not. But as someone who has a lot of rum, I kind of like having the Kirkland Signature here because if people come over and taste different things and compare them against each other and you kind of show them what a rum is like that has, you know, sugar, additives, maybe glycerin of some kind. And my overall hopes that this is just the first step in my Costco and your Costco getting better selections of rum, and maybe even one day having something that is even much better underneath the Kirkland Signature brand. We can always hope. So that's it for this one. I'm Derek, this is Make and Drink. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like below. Consider subscribing to the channel. Check out the Patreon page if you want to support this channel. And otherwise, let's just all remember, smooth is okay.